Former Iloilo City Mayor Jerry Treñas took to Facebook to share the city's flood control success story. Treñas recalled how the 5 billion peso project was once on the verge of being scrapped by NEDA for having no economic return. But with strong support from barangay captains, business leaders, and residents, the city appealed to then-President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, who approved the project. Built with the funding of Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, the floodway was completed in 2011 and has since protected thousands of homes, boosted investor confidence, and strengthened Iloilo's resilience. And joining us now to talk more about this, we have former Iloilo City Mayor Jerry Treñas, who recently highlighted the Haro Floodway project, calling it the model of how effective and transparent flood control can safeguard communities. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Mayor.
Ay, magandang umaga, mayong aga.
Mayong aga po.
Sa iyo.
Okay. Unang-una ho, ito nga pong flood control project po ninyo, yung Haro Floodway, has been tagged as a flood control project that works. Unang-una na pong technology ang ginamit nyo rito. Sino po ang nag-engineer po niyan? And saan po ito? Gaano kalawak po itong floodway na ito?
Well, first of all, I think I should give you a background of this project.
Yes.
This project has been on the pipeline for a long time already. It has been with NEDA, and NEDA was studying it for various times. I attended meetings of the RDC, and I saw then, when I was still councilor, in 1986, that they were already talking about the Iloilo floodway. They did not want to call it the Haro floodway because, Gretchen, it also included portions of Pavia. And if we called it the Haro floodway, then we would be calling it to the exclusion of Pavia. So this is actually called the Iloilo Floodway Project.
Okay, noted. Iloilo Floodway Project. Okay,
this
but
was the feasibility study was funded by JICA, and it was good that the feasibility study was updated, because then the national government knew how much was really needed. No? I cannot really actually recall how much was the project at the time, because this is a national project, and it was really the national project that implemented it. But just the same, what makes it different from the other new floodway projects, this Iloilo floodway first had feasibility studies. Second, the feasibility studies were updated. Third, it involved other national government agencies like NHA, like DSWD, like NIA, and this went through a lot of process. Originally, the design was actually for a 5-kilometer floodway with 100 meters wide and 100 meters deep. Unfortunately, because of budget constraints, the 5-kilometer floodway was allowed. However, instead of 100 meters for the width and the depth, it was only 80 meters.
80 by 80 ho. Oo. Did a certain typhoon trigger this floodway project? Help us understand, I guess, the flooding that happens in Iloilo and how much this has affected communities all around that floodway.
Iloilo has always been flooded. No? And even my own house, no? It was flooded. And there was a big flood happened when I was away. I was attending a housing seminar in Morocco funded by the Bill Gates Foundation. And I was only informed that the typhoon was going straight to Iloilo, and it hit Iloilo very hard. That was Typhoon Frank. And at that time, I was mayor, and the floodway was about to be completed. So it did not work. It was not working at that time. But when after 2001, we had a lot of typhoons. It can be seen even in the pictures that the floodway is and continues to ensure that Iloilo will not be flooded anymore. You have to consider that Iloilo is composed of several districts, and this is found in Haro, but it affected almost 80, the flooding before this floodway affected about 85% of the total population of Iloilo City. And that was the reason why I really fought for this. It's a good thing. I was a former student of then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. So I told her, Ma'am, this is the only project that I will be asking for Iloilo because this is a project that is really needed. It has been studied very well by scientists. And there is already an ongoing feasibility study. And what is important is only to look for the funds.
Hey, Mayor,
so that we can implement
if
it.
you take a look at the flood control structure, no, wala pong semento sa sides. Kayo po ba ay kumbaga tawag dito, nagpalipat ng mga communities who living alongside that floodway? And ano po yung technology na ginagamit nyo rito? Yung pagkakakonstruct po niya, how is it possible that there is no gray infrastructure at all through that floodway? I mean, we're not seeing it from above.
Ang ginamit ang Japanese technology. The Japanese did not want to have concrete structures because according to the Japanese, if you put the concrete structures in a floodway, this will be destroyed anyway by the floods, no? Because the floods will hit it and will eventually erode whatever gray structures that we will put there. So in my last 6 years, starting from 2019 up to 2025, if you can see in the pictures, I ordered already that trees will be planted along both sides of the channel, no? Which on a man-made channel, so that we will help out in ensuring that there will be no erosion.
Oh, and ano po yung pinakamalaking challenges in making that happen? Did you have to move a lot of people outside of that floodway? Pangalawa, ano po yung mga pinaka-effective, no, na trees na nilagay niyo po doon? And you posted also a mangrove site. Is it anywhere near this floodway?
What happened is really this mangrove site. It is it happened by accident. No? If you look at this video, at the end of the floodway, that is where we have a very nice mangrove site. Because you know what happens every time there's heavy rains, the flood will bring together with the waters topsoil. And you know topsoil is very fertile. And
Yes.
slowly but surely, this colony of mangrove started along the end of the floodway, and you'll see a very, very nice mangrove colony. Actually, I issued an executive order that that place should never be touched and should remain as one of the green areas of the city, especially the mangrove area. But hopefully, the next administrations will continue with it.
Okay, on a final question, no, do we have hard data or statistics that shows how much this has lessened flooding in Iloilo?
I think NEDA would have it.
Okay, all right. Okay, we don't have a lot of time, pero we'd love to explore more of this. It's something I posted on social media that this is you singing a different tune. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of destruction and rubble across the two typhoons, but seeing a whole area of mangroves and flood technology that actually works is something we definitely need to look at. So more questions for sure will be thrown your way. In the meantime, maraming salamat for joining
At
us.
saka, Gretchen, ito ano lang gravity.
Gravity?
Gravity. Walang walang mga instruments na binili or to add to the cost. Gravity lang talaga from the mountains going down to the Iloilo Strait.
And just a lot of political will, as you mentioned. This is a multi-stakeholder, multi-agency project, and it requires a lot of political will.
You know, we had to buy, Iloilo City was mandated under our agreement to procure 16.6 hectares for relocation site.
Yun nga
So
yung
what I did
tinatanong ko kanina.
at that time, it was not so expensive. At the same time, there were a lot of previously rice land which were available. So what I did, all the soil that we excavated from the floodway, we use it to improve the 16.6 hectares.
Okay.
So we did not spend also for the relocation side.
Oh, that's great news, no? But we will most likely have you in our other shows in the meantime. Maraming salamat for joining us this morning. Congratulations.
Salamat.
That's such
Thank
good
you.
news. We have former Iloilo City Mayor Jerry Treñas telling us all about the Iloilo floodway project.